Hello, YouTube, pipe community, and subscribers and friends. Jeremy here. It is March 10th, roughly around 4:35 p.m. I realized this morning, maybe last night, that it's been about a week since my last video. So I figured I'd come on, share some things, let everybody know what's going on. You may hear in the background, I don't know how far away, but there's somebody using a chainsaw. Which kind of ties into what I was going to talk about. Thursday, I decided to take the last bit of quarters and get on the bus and go food shopping. Not that I was in need of food, just I wanted to make sure that I had enough. So I'm walking around Walmart and I'm noticing shelves that were currently being stocked and recently stocked, huge gaps. People, now mind you, there's no hurricane or anything like that that might cause it, but it seems like people were stocking up, especially the breakfast aisle. There were large gaps in cereal, in like the granola bar section. The granola bars that I was looking for, they didn't have. I had to buy the name brand, which is no big deal. I have enough food stamps to cover that expense, but people are definitely cautious now. It is possible that the last hurricane that came through, people are worried and planning. It's possible that it's still being close to the beginning of the month, that others like myself that are on food stamps wanted to make sure they had enough. But regardless, I went through and got what I was gonna get. I did notice a change in the ordinary stocked items. I knew that Walmart has rationed food, buckets of food for emergencies. I believe it was 4 dinners and 4 lunches for a total of, I think it was 6 meals or Might have been 8, I don't remember. Or it might have been 4, but regardless, it was broken. It was the bucket itself was divided to be half for lunch, half for dinner. And it was several days of food. And I know that they come in much larger buckets. This one was probably the size of a small microwave, the bucket was. And they come in 5 and 10 gallon buckets as well. You can order those online from various different places. But I found that interesting. And I was actually paying attention to what people were carrying in their carts as well. There were a lot of people that had things like Gatorade, people buying soups, people buying canned items in general, whether it be beans or some kind of vegetable or anything like that. So I checked out, and then I realized I had once again, much like before when I had my push cart for groceries, I overweighted myself. Now, of course, now I don't have the push cart because it broke after the last time. So now I just had what I could carry and what I had could fit in my backpack. It must have been at least 20 pounds or more in my backpack. And 20 or 30, I would say. And maybe 10 pounds or 15 pounds in 3 bags. So essentially, what I guesstimated was close to 50 pounds that I was trying to carry. Which caused me to have issues not only walking but staying upright because my issues in general with mobility and my knee, my hips, my back, things like that. So Friday I was extremely sore. Today I'm still pretty sore. Kind of trying to take it easy and give my body a small break to figure out, hey, it's okay, you're not going to carry that much on a regular basis. But when I looked at everything I got, I definitely have a surplus of things like rice, pasta, tuna, I bought a rather huge container of oatmeal, so I have that available. 3 or 4 bags of dried apples because I don't have a dehydrator, so I can't make my own. And if I could, that would have been a great expense that would have been able to not have been spent. But that was my Thursday. Last night I enjoyed a pipe of Mixture 79, in which seemed to me a abnormally long smoke, um, partly because of the pipe I used. I used a Von Meerschaum-lined pipe, gifted by Artful Codger. Thank you again. Every time I use that pipe, and I don't use it often, mind you, but whenever I do use it, it seems to be a time of reflecting, and because it has such great draw on it, and you're able to take your time, so there's no overheating. It gives more moments for thought. And what I was thinking about was the fact that the YTPC is such a generous community. There's constant giveaways for various reasons. There's Yabos left and right, and the recent raffle that I'm knocking things over. I tend to talk with my hands. There's the recent raffle that was put on by Unicorn Piper, Ben. We are a giving community, and it normally starts around 100 subscribers. That's kind of the milestone where it begins. I'm, of course, under 100, which is no big deal. I don't expect to be at 100, nor am I pushing to get to there. But I was thinking about the small collection of pipes that I do have, the pipes that I use normally, and I remembered that I had cleaned out and put aside one particular pipe, a calabash that I had gotten from Pipes and Scars. I had only used it 3 or 4 times, and found that the P-lip of it was something I couldn't grasp. Maybe it was because it was bent, maybe it's because I was still relatively new to pipe smoking, so I was getting frustrated with it, but I was having a hard time. Sometimes it would, the draw would be great and it would smoke, but the P-lip is giving me problems. Other times it would be packed what seemed to be too full or too tight. So finally I just gave up using it. I cleaned it out, reamed it, went through it with the Decatur, what's it called? I forget. The alcohol and mentholated, I think it is, liquid they have to remove tar and things like that. I went through it with that, and it's been sitting there for 6, 8 months maybe. So I was thinking maybe of finding somebody that wanted to do a trade for it. Not for another pipe, of course, but say you have a tobacco you don't like and you don't want to get rid of it because you paid for it, and instead of smoking it and suffering through it, you could get a pipe that you would enjoy from that. So, I know I posted a video of that pipe early on, and I'm sure if you go through my playlist history, you'll see it, but I don't have it with me right now to whip it out and show you. But like I said, there wouldn't be any type of monetary exchange. You'd essentially get it for free, except there would be the tobacco that you've already paid for and you're not enjoying, passing that on. So it's kind of a getting rid of something you don't like and getting something you do like. But then again, that's just the thought I had. If anybody is interested, we can talk on that. Unfortunately, because of me not having any income and not having anything to pay towards shipping, I don't know if I can just put a few extra stamps on an envelope and send it out, or if I have to actually come up with payment for the shipping of it. That's why right now it's just a thought I've been batting around like a cat with a toy. But I believe that is all. I hope you all are well. Those in the northern or northeastern areas, Pennsylvania, New York, Massachusetts, places like that are getting this cold front. Hopefully you'll stay warm and you won't get snowed in. Be well, friends, and I wish you the best.